Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise and glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash, the abundance of the elder apostles, the great millstone who rule well, who have taught us his knowledge. Honors and salutations to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and sincerity. Shalom to you. Shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well, which are a few sisters that believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom to you. This is fair use, by the way, for teaching and educational purposes. This is an epic economist. He make great videos, whoever this guy is. And I stumbled across this video on my home screen on my YouTube channel. So I just clicked on it, because he make great videos. I'm not watching videos, quite often because he go in, digging up, facts about what's going on, whether it's the economy, natural disasters, things that's causing the economy, and also the agriculture sector, also about war. He kind of go in heavy about it, so he made great videos, so shout out to him, whoever you are. And this video right here was about, the food shortages. So I said, you know what, that's a great video, because when I watched it, initially I thought about the prophecy of the famine, which the famine is steadily increasing. And a lot of people are not out watching for this famine, which has been going on for a while, especially, since 2020. So, excuse me. So, the shelves have been emptying more and more each year since 2020. And when things shut down, and they still haven't recovered. So basically a lot of the, storage that these food manufacturers had, they running short, and even the food banks, which he's going to mention in this video. I'm not going to play the whole video, obviously, because it's 14 minutes or almost 15 minutes long. But he mentions a few things, which I dug up a couple of things myself to, point out. And I think he pointed out a couple of these things too. So, Lord willing, this video is edifying, and I'm going to get right to it.
The pain never stops. If you think that the empty shelves we're seeing are quite distressing, and the food prices are extremely expensive right now, just wait until the winter begins.
And absolutely right about that. Well, first and foremost, I'm going to be stopping, here and there. But yeah, food prices have noticeably increased. You got them going to the store now, and the things you were once buying at a certain price, some things have doubled. All right, some things went up by 20, 30%, 40, 50%. Some things have increased as far as in pricing over 100%. All right, so that's a big deal, because that's a big spike. All right, in the cost of things you buy from the grocery store. Any kind of things you're buying, whether it's groceries, whether it's wood, whether it's things within the construction sector, whether it's buying a home, renting property, apartment, what have you, renting a home from private landlords, whether it's excuse me, buying a vehicle. What else I'm missing? Oh yeah, so going on vacations. Things have increased. I'm sorry, things have increased. Catching a flight somewhere. Gas has steadily been high over the past few years, and really haven't come down low, but a couple of times before a moment, only a short period of time, and it rose back up to $4, $5, $6, $7, damn near a gallon in some places. So things have steadily increased. All right.
The food crisis that's unfolding before our eyes is getting worse by the day. Global food supplies were already tight in the past few years, but the food that wasn't produced in 2022 means that we're going to be hit by even harder challenges in the next few months. At this point, worldwide fertilizer prices have quadrupled. Several countries started banning exports of essential commodities. Tens of millions of chickens and turkeys have disappeared.
First and foremost, let me wind that back. Fertilizer have increased, and farmers. I don't know if you Akim and you Fuak have been out there watching. Farmers globally have been protesting in a major uproar about the farming or the agriculture sector issues. All right, the issues that they've been having has been so severe. Even in India, they had all those farmers in a chain gang protest in their tractors and whatever equipment they use to ride to farm. They had that going on over here in the U.S. You had an ongoing protest, of farmers, and it's them just the two I can name off the top of my head, but it's been an ongoing thing. Goddamn, if you paying attention, you know what I'm saying, like Europe, these European countries, they're complaining, with the Russia-Ukraine war. That halted a lot of things because Ukraine, which they call the breadbasket,
Have quadrupled. Several.
Ukraine, which they call it the breadbasket, it produces most of the wheat that is produced in the world. That's one of the main grains that are produced over there in Ukraine, and people use a lot of wheat for different things. Right? That has been a major blow to the agricultural sector too, because Ukraine's wheat alone. I forget the other thing they produce. Excuse me, because when you do your research, Ukraine actually has some decent soil to grow things on. I actually know about it because they were saying that it has some rich, dark soil that's pretty fertile to grow things in Ukraine. And I was like, wow, that's kind of rare because, we know Europe to be, the the region, all right, or place where doesn't produce anything hardly because it's known as a pit, all right, because it hardly produces anything, but it imports a lot of things because nothing hardly grows over there in that area. So Ukraine having the good soil, to grow things, they pretty much feed Europe and other major countries, wheat, all right, that they produce, which is their main commodity they produce, because of it can grow it. So that's just a side note. You brothers can look it up and verify it. You'll see it.
Countries started banning exports of essential commodities. Tens of millions of chickens and turkeys have disappeared from the system. Our domestic beef cattle herd has dramatically shrunk, and crazy weather patterns have resulted in the destruction of millions of acres of crops all over the planet. This is a confluence of many disasters hitting our food supply chains all at once.
And there have been a lot of major weather disasters across the globe: hurricanes, flood, you name it. Okay, it's been going on a lot. Excuse me. All right, excuse me. Bear with me 1 second. Shalaki, I'm back. Had to sneeze. Let's continue on. Oh, Salaki, I was making a point. Sorry about that. Uh, but yeah, I was saying that about the natural disasters kind. Um, so yeah, you know, hurricanes, tornadoes, flooding. You know, major flooding has been going on. China, you know, over in the Asian continent. You know, India, because you know the Asian continent got hit hard with the floods. Um, over in India as well. Um, what else you have? You have I mentioned hurricanes. Oh yeah, you have the you know the unpredictability of the weather, right? Which you know I don't know. It could be the HARP program where they manipulate the weather by producing you know steam in the air, certain things like that. I don't know if it's that or just the weather just off you know course. You know, as far as excuse me because of you know things just you know being out of order in itself or out of course because of the things that are produced. You know, a lot of things go into you know the weather, and I know the HARP program is one of them. Like you produce so much steam through the HARP program, it'll cause a certain weather front. You know, Esau have perfected that. You know, you know, producing certain things in the ozone layer that cause the weather to react a certain or the atmosphere to act in a certain way that cause a weather storm. So they've been doing that for you know quite a while. So I do know that about the HARP program. Um, if you don't know about the HARP program, you can look it up. I'm not going to do it in this video, but you can look it up, see what the HARP program is all about. All right, that could be a you know that could be affecting the weather. You know, all right. Cold front, hot front come together. What you have? Tornadoes. All right, especially if it's you know, it's aggressive and contacting one another. You know, hot and cold front. That could be a tornado that's gonna you know spiral out of control. Okay, and that's all based off the HART program. All right, they have studied how to do it for many years, and then you know that's causing crops not to grow. All right, crops wither away, thinking it's a cold season coming in, but then it's you know go from being 30 some degrees to maybe 70, 80 some degrees. All right, back and forth warm and cold weather. All right, that causes things to not grow properly. All right.
And the most worrying part is that experts say we haven't seen the worst of it yet. This winter is.
And you know, and on top of that, he mentions the chickens and turkeys and stuff and cattle. That's been going on for a while. Not long ago, we just had like thousands, tens of thousands of cattle, cow, just dead. Come on, man. You never hear about shit happening like that in the past or in ancient times. Or just you know, livestock on that level of as far as how many of them that passed away all of a sudden just die. All of a sudden, how they portray it. You know, come on, man. Come on. All right, things don't happen like that. We know that the central bankers are behind it. Okay, but that's cool because that goes along with prophecy. Because why? The Most High controls both sides, left hand and the right hand side. Okay, and that's a famine. All right, that's prophesied in the Bible. That's going to happen.
Going to be exceedingly difficult for all of us. In this video, we've compiled signs.
I'm gonna stop right there. Let's go to the scriptures. All right, let's go to the scriptures. Let's go to Jeremiah 28 and verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And this is the same thing we're prophesying or foretelling you. All right, that's coming. All right. If a famine knock at your door, that's an evil time. Evil means bad time. All right. That's going to cause a lot of people to lose their minds because people want to eat. If they can't eat, then what? All right. Then what? That's the thing. People don't think about that. People don't think about prophecy coming to pass because they're so full of themselves, being puffed up in pride. They don't care about the Most High's word. Okay, they into social media heavily, not paying attention to what's going on. Excuse me. Here it is, the Watchmen, which we watch for the coming danger, all right, and evil, right? And we're warning you of what's coming. But yet you're not taking heed to the warnings that we're given, which is really Yahweh Bashem Yahushua warning you. Okay, you Israelites out there, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, and you so-called Native Americans, man. The 12 tribes of Israel, man. That's what we're talking about. Our people, man, that walking up and down the street like zombies, man. All right, the scriptures speak about redeeming the time because the days are evil. Hey, these days are increasingly more evil day by day. All right, week by week, month by month, it's getting more and more evil, man. St. Mark chapter 13 and verse 8, and this is our Lord Yahweh Shai speaking. He says, verse 8, for nation shall rise against nation. And you see that going on in the news. All right. You see the tensions, and the rumors of wars that's been going on, all right, between the nations. Matter of fact, let me start up at 7. Come on, let me start at 7. St. Mark 13 and 7. It says, and when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled. Yeah, we know the Russia-Ukraine war going on. North Korea been testing their ICBMs, right? They preparing for war, right? You have the U.S. and Japan doing joint military drills, all right? They say the biggest that ever been between Japan and the U.S. as far as the military drills. Had B-54 bombers over there, flying across the Pacific Ocean. See? It says, be ye not troubled. It says, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. Excuse me. For a nation shall rise against nation. Right, you got a lot of tension between even China and the U.S. China been doing major military drills. I think it's the biggest military on earth. I believe China has. Yeah, I think China has the biggest military on earth. All right. And they're up in arms, all right, because of why? Babylon the Great, so-called America. All right. So-called U.S. Even Iran, the Iranians, which are originally the Persians. What do you think going on? They're preparing their ICBMs. All right, it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdoms, and there should be earthquakes in different places. Earthquakes, Salakia, I didn't mention that earlier. Earthquakes have been going on. That's been causing a lot of that's been a lot of disasters going on as far as the earthquakes are going. Been happening. All right, so that's one of the key factors too. All right, people been millions. All right, probably almost 1 billion people have been misplaced. over the years, over this past 20 something years. Because of what? War. All right. It says, and there should be earthquakes in different places, and there should be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrow. So it mentioned the famine, all right, and troubles. All right, a famine is going to knock at your door. All right, a famine is going to uh, uh, um, be at a city or a city state, which is known as a country as well, near you. Because why? This is prophecy. All right, this is prophecy going on, and we're witnessing it. All right, we're living in a time of great prophecies being fulfilled. All right, and the people, all right, the inhabitants of the earth, all right, as far as the majority, they're not ready for what's going on. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua about to bring forth that judgment. All right, the Lord, sent us out, to prophesy to not only the nation of Israel, but just like the Lord made Jeremiah a prophet unto the nations. This is let's go here. This is second Esdras 6:22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be I'm sorry, let me read it again. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. All right. So just like the Epic Economist, was reporting about the empty shelves, we've been watching those empty shelves too. All right. And we've been watching them, increasingly become empty. Okay, so let me go over to this. This is the CFIA, Canadian Food Inspection Agency. It says Canadian Food Inspection Agency is dedicated to safeguarding food, animals, and plants, which enhances the health and well-being of Canada's people, environment, and economy. It says avian influenza detections. So this avian influenza has been affecting the animals, and this is something that Epic Economist mentioned in the video, which is true because Canada has had a big hit on this as far as taking this avian influenza to this livestock and chicken, turkeys, cattle, what have you. All right, it's been going on. Okay, and then it's getting so bad, right? This Feeding America. Check this out. And this was earlier this year. All right. It says Feeding America calls for action as hunger crisis worsens. See? April 15th, 2022. So earlier this year. All right. Right springtime, It says nationwide network of hunger relief organizations sees continued demand amid widespread inflation and expiring pandemic-related support. There are roughly 40 to 50 million of people that go to bed hungry and homeless right here in so-called U.S., all right, so-called America. See? It says Chicago, April 15, 2022. It says earlier this week, the Bureau of Labor Statistics released the latest consumer price index data, which showed that inflation rose 8.5% for the year ended in March, levels not seen since 1981. At the same time, the latest Feeding America Food Bank Pulse survey data shows that more food banks, around 85% of the 200 food bank network, report seeing demand for food assistance increase or stay the same for February compared to the previous month, about a 20% increase from the previous survey. So, hey, even Feeding America, because Feeding America is pretty much in a lot of places, you know. I believe they have some in every state. All right. As a matter of fact, there's one here. You know, Little Open Harbor. You know, there's one right here. I'm not even. Matter of fact, I don't even live far from it. I probably live eh, about 4 or 5 minutes from it. All right. But I don't see any vehicles when I pass it. You know, when I pass by, I don't really see vehicles. You used to see vehicles, people moving things, trucks bagging in. You know, you don't see that anymore. All right, it says at the same time, the latest Feeding America Food Bank Pulse survey data shows that more food banks, around 85% of the 200 food bank network, report seeing demand for food assistance increase or stay the same for February compared to the previous month, about a 20% increase from the previous survey. So 85%, right? That'll be what? That'll leave you with 85%. That'll leave you with what? So 30 out of 200, roughly. So that'll be what? 170 locations. All right. Out of the 200, they need food assistance. All right. It says over the past 2 years, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, everybody know about SNAP, has expanded to provide additional benefit allotments to help low-income households weather the storm. With emergency declarations ending across the nation, those additional pandemic-related benefit allotments are expiring state by state, and another hunger crisis is looming. So they've been watching it. All right, they know what's going on, and um, SNAP, which a lot of you Israelite women get, you know, a number you get it. See, when you go to Isaiah the 32nd chapter, I'll hit it real quick because I want to make it, all about. Well, the spirit, have me get on you women. Hey, so be it. I'll just say it that way. But we've been warning you. Shalaki, let me get some tissue real quick. Shalaki, I'm back. My sinus is draining real bad. I'm just getting up not long ago, so not long ago at all. So my nose is just draining. So Shalaki, if I keep pausing. But like I was saying, before I had to pause, we've been warning you Israelite women, about the benefits that you receive, all right, how they're going to fail. Now, if you notice when I went to that article, let's go back to the article real quick. We mentioned SNAP right here. Let me read it again for you women out there so you can hear it, man, because you don't understand what's going on. All right. So let me read this for you because you need to know this. Over the past 2 years, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, has expanded to provide additional benefit allotments to help low income households, which are excuse me, those mainly single mother households, right? It says to help low income households weather the storm, with emergency declarations ending across the nation. Those additional pandemic-related benefit allotments are expiring state by state, and another hunger crisis is looming. They did increase food stamps. I've seen a lot of women, right? I've seen a lot of women, including relatives. If they were getting about $500-$600 in food stamps, they were getting about $1,400-$1,400 in food stamps and SNAP benefits, man. All right, and food stamps alone. So it was an increase. excuse me, but that have been being cut steadily. All right, it's been being cut steadily. All right, so why they cutting it? And a lot of women like you hear me. I don't get the extra stamps no more. Yeah, I know you ain't. All right, shit getting tight. As a matter of fact, shit getting tighter because they cutting a lot of women off. No women could, hey, you Israelite women out there, you could work, all right, and still get your benefits. Hey, they like, look, you making too much. Even though you ain't making really nothing at all. The fact that you're working, they taking your ass off of that. And they complaining. They lamenting. Really. Let me continue on. While the pandemic appears to be receding for the time being, Feeding America expects that demand for food assistance will remain elevated and may grow as people's expanded assistance goes away. Yeah. Hey, the elder apostles, all right, on down to young brothers like myself, we've been telling you this. That's why the Spirit made me go to Deuteronomy 32, and I ain't read it yet. I'm going to read it though, because Deuteronomy 32nd chapter speaks of this very same thing that's in this article. It says, on average, when the public health emergency declaration ends, participants in emergency allotment states will lose $82 a month in SNAP benefits. For participants who qualify for the minimum SNAP benefits, their monthly allotments will plunge from $250 to a mere $20. And that's absolutely right. They was given, if you was getting like man or woman, all right, if you were getting like 200, it went up to 250. But then they cut a lot of that stuff because for a time you get 150, then went up to 200, then went up to 250. See, boy, how Jake say, a lot of sad singing coming, a lot of sad singing. Isaiah 32 in verse 9, it says, "Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." Yeah, because, a lot of you women are at ease because you were getting these benefits. You were comfortable. You didn't need no man. Miss Independent, was the shit, right? But now you chicken heads got to get up and work, man. Excuse me. All right. Now Keisha got to get up and go get it. Now Maria had to go out and work. And they got about 5, 6 little niglet children at home. All right. Bad in the motherfucker. Can't find a babysitter for them. Women don't really want to work. It's going to get tight for them. It's going to get tight for them, I'm telling you. It ain't going to be, a lot of women I know, even some of my relatives, they can't hardly keep a job, can't find no babysitter. Nobody want to babysit little badass kids. Your foolish sisters is just crumbling right before your very eyes. A lot of sad singing, I'm telling you, a lot of sad singing. Verse 10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the venture shall fail, the gathering shall not come. And that's what I just read about in that article. The gathering of what? Of goods. It's pertaining to what? Food. Okay? The benefits is failing. All right? Verse 11. Tremble ye women that are at ease. Be troubled ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Who's going to bring in them groceries, man? Now you got to go out and work. Excuse me. And some of them kids not even in school. Some of them have to do like the virtual learning. So somebody got to attend to them while you're at home. Shit is getting hard, man. Okay? You women gonna be in mourning, man. That despise your men or your husband. Hey, you gonna be out here hurting, man. Verse 12, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. See? Excuse me. You're gonna lament because why? This famine is gonna hit you and bite you in the ass. That's what's gonna happen. And then when things get really tight, when men start to get really aggressive, and it's every man for himself, that automatically eliminates you women, because you women cannot overthrow a man. All hell break loose, and these fucking men out here fighting over food. What are you gonna do? Where your place at? Who gonna fight for you to have a meal? You know, when shit get hard, shit get tight, because of all hell that broke loose. You're not equipped to confront danger when it approaches. A man is. Bye-bye, Miss Independent. You will no longer see Miss Independent no more. All right? Because you know why? They're gonna be running. This is what Isaiah 4:1 about. 7 women clinging to one man. 7 means, that's the number 7 means completion. That means a lot of you women are going to line up to try to, get next to a man to protect you and to, provide for you. Provisioning, You want protection and provisioning. Okay? What happens when the man deny you that? It's the very men that you despised and set aside, you abhorred. You're going to need those men, especially men of the Lord, and men of Yahweh Shai. And when you don't have one, when you look around, you see you don't have one, you're looking like a fucking clown. All right. 2nd Esdras 15 and 9, verse 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, so it mentions a man. That excludes you women. So when this famine take place, hey, a lot of you women are just going to starve to death, man. All right, because if you don't, especially the ones you don't that excuse me, that don't cling to a man of the Lord that know what's going on and is stable in that in these times, Jacob's time of trouble. Because Jacob's time of trouble gonna be that's what you're gonna know is all full on, crying and shit, lamenting, weeping. You didn't think it could happen, but then the Most High, all right, Yahweh Shai showed you. All right, shows you to your very face of what the fuck you did wrong. A man is going to be the highest thing on the market. You see? Excuse me. This is the book of Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than the fine. Excuse me. Excuse me. Isaiah 13 and 12 again. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So a man is going to be more precious than fine gold. And it speaks about the golden wedge of Ophir, which is pure gold. A man's going to be that valuable, especially a man that fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You see? This is what's going to happen, man. This is what's going to cause you women to run to a man so fast. You better hope a man accepts you, because a lot of you won't be accepted. This famine is coming. And the Lord told Habakkuk, though it tarry, wait for it. All right, he said that the vision is for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. And this famine has been brewing more and more and more, to the point now you can't now ignore it. All right, you cannot ignore it. Anyways, with that, I'm going to say, Lord willing, you were edified in spirit. Until the next video, I want to say shalom.